Mondays, Ghost Chat Radio. It's going to be an awesome night, I guess. I am, the host of Ghost Chat Radio, the Paranormal Rebel, Jason Stanton. My guest will not be showing up until around 6:30, so we get to have a little fun for a half hour and take a long commercial break. So it's all good. It's going to be great. It's going to be fantastic. Now that being said, I am going to encourage people to continue listening on, because after my show, we have Paranormal Connections with the wonderful and talented Christina George. So Monday night lineup on DTM is fucking fantastic. These guys are going to love all the shows that are coming up here. But for the next 2 hours, I guess y'all might bitch, so it's all good. It's all good. You got to laugh and smile. So who do I have coming up later on as soon as she calls in? Which probably won't be until, like I said, around 6:30 or so, which is all right. It's no big deal. London Knight will be showing up with us tonight, and she's going to discuss. I'd like to honestly know how her house is coming along, because she's got a very interesting building that she lives in. It's an old halfway house. It's had a lot of mentally challenged people in it. People suffering depression, schizophrenia, so forth and so on. But it was just a halfway house. It wasn't a full-blown emporium. However, it's had an interesting history, just for that little-known fact. I can't wait to get her on and tell me how her house is coming along. I know she's renovating it. I was down there last year. I investigated it. There's a lot of cool activity in her house. Has got a cemetery literally 2 feet from her yard. That's part of the house property. So I can't wait to get her on and she calls in and we find out what's going on with that. Now, that being said, what do we have coming up? I am going to encourage everybody to definitely get my book. you got to go to Amazon and purchase that, because let's just face it, it's gotten great reviews. And then after you're done reading it, I encourage you to pass it on to a friend, let them read it, because I'm all about sharing. I'm not about too much of the making the money or anything like that. Share it, let other people read it, enjoy it. It was a very emotional book to write, and I'm sure you guys will love it. There's been nothing but good reviews on Amazon, which kind of shocks the hell out of me. I don't know why, but there's nothing but good reviews. Apparently people are enjoying the hell out of it, so I hope everyone else does as well. My next book will be probably published August, I'm guessing, middle of August. I'll shoot for the end of August, just to be on the safe side. I don't want to pump it out too quick, because, well, let's just face it, I just got this one out. And, my mind needs a little bit of time to relax. But I am in the process of writing it. It's called Feeble Minds. It was basically, my first book was the start of my curiosity in the paranormal genre. And it goes on with paranormal events. It goes on with romance, and it goes on with emotional and intellectual, psychological state. So the first book was pretty cool with all those aspects in it. And it's all, just got that curiosity spark in me. The second book is full-blown paranormal team type of effort, how I decided to form a team, why I decided to form a team, things I utilized, things that I've learned. And it's basically going to be about one particular building that I've investigated many, many times, and it was a hospital for mentally handicapped, and which is hence the title Feeble Minds. It's going to be a lot more intricate, and it's going to go into a lot more history, and all the questions that you are left with at the end of my first book, they will be answered in the second book. And that's not a sales gimmick, people. It's just the reason why that is like that is simple. That first book, I wanted to give all the readers the reality of the way it was like when I was a teenager. And basically all the questions that I wound up left with and how I wound up being left with them, I wanted everyone to witness and get that same exact feel. Needless to say, the second book kind of answers those questions. So that's kind of cool, which is always awesome. It's always a fantastic way to do it, personally, I think. I definitely wanted you to get that feel of that boy that I was and how I responded and reacted. So you get those answers. And the fact that each book there was like a 10-year difference in between when the first one ended to the second one. And in between, there's some seriously bad storytelling. And I go on a little bit in my next one on some of that bad storytelling. Needless to say, I mean, yeah, there were still, hangout cemeteries, abandoned buildings, so forth and so on during that process, but it wasn't as straightforward or investigative type of tactics, I guess you can say, until, probably 2001 or something like that. Somewhere in that neighborhood, but yeah, you'll definitely enjoy it. So keep your eye out on those updates. The second one is obviously going to be a lot bigger. So everyone loved the first one. I figured I'd throw this one out, this next one, and it's going to be a lot more in depth. So that's it. Next thing I've got going on that these guys definitely have to know about: the St. Albans Sanatorium event, May 3rd. May 3rd, people. That is coming up extremely quick. There are still a few tickets left. The next two people who purchase a ticket will get the opportunity to stay at the sanatorium May 3rd, the whole entire night. Let me just clarify it the best that I can. The event ends between 2 and 3 in the morning. At that time, whoever buys the next two tickets will stay there and have a bed to sleep in and hang out for the entire night with me and a couple of the other guests. Not only that, Pat Boussard, one of the great speakers, she's a photojournalist as well as a psychic. She will be giving you a free psychic reading that night as well. So the next two tickets sold is going to get that whole package, and it's going to be fantastic. That's normally whenever she rents out rooms for the night at the sanatorium, they go $350 to $400 a night. So, I mean, you're getting that for $65, which is, you can't really beat that. I am going to have some food vending there from a Little Bit Corny. I guess that's some kind of hot dog stand or something like that. We're going to go there with some chips and hot dogs and chili, and it's going to be fantastic. I got Tara Parafetti. She's going to be, speaking. One of the speakers, Pat Boussard, is going to be speaking. The owners, Marcel Hanover, is going to be speaking. We also have, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but, Jesse. Jesse's going to be speaking. That's it. That's who it was. She's going to be speaking about the history of the location on that night, from when it was a boys' school all the way up to a sanatorium until eventually when it closed. Even go on a little bit before history when the Native Americans, were there and the Civil War battles that were fought, and not too far. There's a Union base camp set up right there on the property before the building was even erected. So, that's fantastic. That's some pretty amazing history. Can't beat that with a stick. Plus, the boys' school, people being brutally beaten, and the sanatorium came in and they had electroshock therapy, hydroshock therapy. Obviously, it was early 1900s when all that took in place, and psychological treatment was still very experimental. So, yeah, they pretty much relied on tactics that we would find inhumane now. It's expected people, anything that's experimental. Especially at that time when we didn't have the equipment to, monitor or measure any kind of pain or psychological stress or whatever the case may be. So, a lot of the crap back there was definitely experimental, and they just went for it and just to see, maybe it would help these patients. Needless to say, it didn't, which is why they're inhumane now. But definitely a lot of mixed energies just from that known fact being in that building. There are also 4 documented suicides in that building. Documented. These aren't even word-of-mouth crap. These are actually documented suicides. So I can't wait to get down there. there's been, I mean, some of the claims of people that have said there's one paranormal team that goes there quite often. He got pushed, the one who got pushed over a railing. You know, they hear people yelling at them. They get smacked a lot. They get pushed a lot. They get scratched. I guess there's an entity down by the boiler room that don't like females at all. So I can't wait to get some females in there. That's going to be quite interesting. I'm going to have a lot of equipment for people to play with if they want, if they choose to. Feel free to bring your own equipment. Even that'll be pretty cool. But it's definitely a great event. It's $65, you know, for the night. If you want to jump on the group package deal, you know, it's $4 if you get 4 people to go. That's $5 off a ticket. 10 people to go, that's $10 off a ticket. So you can save a lot of money that way. Tomorrow night, I will give away one free ticket. One free ticket to a person who wants to go. And that's a pretty good deal right there, too. I'm going to do it because I care. I want to see as many people there as possible having a good time and getting research done that, you know, they deserve in a place like this that normally would charge you $1,000, $1,600 a night for your team. That's just outrageous personally. You can get 10 people there and only pay, you know, $550. That's pretty cheap for any kind of sanatorium. So that's going to be fantastic. I can't wait for that. That being said, we still have a few minutes before London calls in. I'm sure she will soon. But why don't we cut to our commercial break? We'll hear some, you know, words from the sponsors at DTM. And hopefully, I mean, she should be calling soon by now, but we'll go from there, hopefully. And we'll shoot from there. Maybe we'll shoot from there. We'll see what happens. Hey, it's going to be a fantastic evening. Ha 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 ha. I bet you there's dead air. All good. Pressure.
the paranormal? Do you like history? Experience the best in parahistory at Parahistory Con 2 at Fort William Henry in Lake George, New York. Come out and meet your favorite celebrities such as Amy Allen and Steve DeShavi from The Dead Files, Ben Hansen from Paranormal Files, Fact or Faked, Joe Chin from Ghost Hunters International, the cast of Oddities, Jay Wasley from Ghost Adventures, Dave Schrader and Tim Dennis from Darkness Radio, Brian Kano from Haunted Collector, Walkers from The Walking Dead, and many more. Join us for our VIP party sponsored by the Ghost Hunter Store on Friday night with a DJ, dancing, and all of your favorite stars. And then on Saturday, come to the convention with vendors, lectures, forums, and more. Saturday night, experience the Ghost.
Oh, apparently I'm live. I have no idea if I'm live or not. Alright, hold on. Just gotta check something out. Okay, I am live. I never got a cue in. Alright, it's all good. It's all good. Alright, so anyway, welcome back to Ghost Chat Radio, everyone. Guest still hasn't called in. I'm sure she'll be here soon, hopefully. I never had a problem with her before. But it's all good. It is what it is. But anyway, back to what I was saying. Yes, my book is out there. Go to Amazon and get that. It's Unrusted Peace. It's a great book. A lot of good reviews. May 3rd is the St. Albans Sanatorium event. Those tickets are available at Eventbrite. It's a great place. I can't wait to, get these guys there and have a good time there. But back to what we're talking about, which I have no idea what we're talking about because I had a guest lined up, so now I got to wing it. Winging it's always good. Oh, yeah. Well, I could stand around my thumb up my butt like most of my investigations, but I can't do that tonight. Not tonight. But anyway. Okay, well anyway. So we might as well just go into a little bit of oh man, they're having weird conversations in the fucking chat room. I'm trying to keep up with all this stuff. Well anyway, we'll go into the history of the sanatorium. Like I said, there was some Indian people that lived there before it was even a boys' school. Then, needless to say, the Americans took it over and said, hey, Indians, you're going to fucking die. And they did. And the Union soldiers came down and took some of that property and used it for base camps for the Civil War right down there in Virginia, which is kind of interesting. Union base camp set right up there in Virginia. Yeah, that worked out lovely. They say the Confederates didn't like that at all. So they went in and decided to go on an attack. And, it was a nice little battle fought right next to the sanatorium. And in the late 1800s, it was built, as a boys' school. And back in those times, it was pretty common to get all these awesome fucking fights going on with the boys, boy-on-boy shit. A lot of kids were beaten pretty bad towards one another. Some of them, from my understanding, some of them may have died. They're not documented as any kind of deaths. No, there was one documented death when it was a boys' school, one. But a lot of different stories that involve, kids dying and some of the boys dying over, stupid shit. Fucking stupid shit. It's outrageous. Crazy shit. But there was one documented death at a boys' school. And then it closed down, and early 1900s it opened up as a sanatorium, a fully blown functional sanatorium. And it ran like that for a long time until, the 80s and the 90s, and then it shut down and so forth and so on. But like I said, there was a lot of mistreated patients, experimental procedures. It's going to be fantastic. I don't know, Dawn's in the chat room. Maybe I'll have her call. Dawn's awesome. I love Dawn. She's great. London ain't calling in. That kind of sucks. Soon she will. I'm sure she will. But anyway, so I can't wait to do that. Some of the things we have, I'm going to be bringing down there with me. It's obviously, a bunch of K2 meters for everyone to use. I got millimeters for people to use. I'll have a DVR system set up, dowsing rods, plenty of voice recorders, audio equipment, and video equipment. Some of the more, I do tag along a lot of the older styles of paranormal investigating. I'll have my compass with me. I've got pendulums and so forth and so on. I'm not bringing with me Ouija boards. I'm not big on bringing Ouija boards. I'm not saying that they're bad to use personally. A lot of people have this big, ordeal against Ouija boards. But the truth is, it's no different than any other equipment. I've been experimenting with it for the past, researching it and experimenting with it for the past, 6 months or so. And when I mean experiment, I'm not just taking it into an abandoned building and trying to get ghosts to contact me to see what happens. No, that's not the way I experiment or research. I actually get in there and try to run different tests to see what happens under certain circumstances and situations. A lot of people claim it's a gateway to the, hell, and demons are going to come in, and it's never happened to me yet. So I'm sorry to say, but that statement that people make about it is completely false. It's more or less, can demons come in, or you get some kind of bad attachment, whatever the case is? Absolutely. It's 100% possible. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just saying it's more the operator than the actual device. Go through some of the tests that I've done. I've set it up in my house. There's no paranormal activity in my house. So if it's any kind of doorway or gateway to the demon world, it shouldn't matter at all where the hell the damn thing is set up at. So I set it up, and I didn't touch it. I took away the human element. 100% wanted to take it away. Because let's just face it, if it's a gateway or a door, you don't need any human element. It'll just open itself, and boom, there it is. So I set it up and let it run for about 4 hours, put a camera on it, and nothing happened. I set it up, ran the same fucking experiment with a EM pump sitting right next to it, right next to the damn thing. Put a camera on it. Nothing happened. Now I'm going to get it into a more haunted location just to see what happened. Oh, London's calling now. So, as far as Ouija board being a gateway to the other world, no, it's absolutely false. It's more or less, in my honest opinion, the operator, how you phrase your questions, what questions you ask, what kind of things you ask to come and talk to you. If you're just being very vague are any questions to say if there's anything here that wants to chat with me, please feel free to move my pancetta. And yeah, there's a good chance you're going to get a demon because you're asking for anything, period. So, I mean, whenever you use any kind of device, be a bit more direct. It is the best advice that I can give you, and that's the best way of dealing with it. All right, London is here. All right, just had to tell the thing that. All right, so that's the Ouija board thing for now. Sweet. Are you there, London?
I am here, brother. How are you?
I'm doing great. Doing fantastic. How are you doing down there?
Oh, man, it's been crazy.
And crazy? Can't be any more crazier than my fucking world right now. But it's all good. It's all good.
We spent most of the morning in the hospital, so.
What are you in the hospital for?
Well, not me, my husband. We started working on the house, and he began having chest pains. Go figure.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so we spent most of the morning in the hospital.
Did you?
Yeah.
That sucks. How's Mike doing?
He's fine now. As soon as they picked him up, as soon as he walked out of the asylum, he was fine.
Oh, yeah, so the asylum fucking with him?
Anyways.
Oh, yeah? Fantastic. Now, I was telling people earlier that I really couldn't wait to get you on the show tonight because I was down at the asylum last year, which you know, and we had a great time and did a lot of cool investigations, and I was eager to find out how has it been going along down there. I know you've been doing a lot of renovations, and some of the pictures that I've seen have been, I mean, they look great.
Thank you. It's been a lot of work. You know, this place, it's like every time we do anything, well, you know, Jay, that she just hates men to begin with. I mean, room 3 is batshit crazy. Room 4 isn't so nice. Even when we're doing radio interviews, you can hear arguing from people that are not here over the radio. Caught several EVPs. Don and I, the one I do events with, you know, our event manager will actually be on the phone with me, and we'll just get random guys' voices, you know?
Yeah. I never got a random guy's voice, but that random guy that's in your house definitely likes you. We do know that.
He's a freaking pervert.
Perfect.
I tell everybody that. Nobody believes me, Jay. Nobody believes me.
Hey, trust me, people. Whatever's in your house is worse than me, and I didn't think that was possible. I really didn't, but it's definitely worse than me. I mean, this ghost was quiet the entire night I was down there until we started making sexual innuendos, and every fucking device we had was crazy. And I was like, holy shit, this thing was great.
It is absolutely batshit crazy. Well, you know, and it doesn't stop is the thing. You know?
Well, considering you've been doing renovations down there and you've opened up some walls and, you know, put tile down and redid the kitchen, working on the kitchen, so forth and so on, I'm sure that's played a major impact on the activity that's going on in that building.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it just never seems to amaze me. I mean, you know, when we bought this place, we did pick up the old hospital as well. But, you know, as soon as we bought this place, I mean, I didn't think it was that bad, but whatever's here just is not, you know, some of them are friendly and then the other one just is just a dick, dude. I mean, he's just an asshole, you know?
That's just like that in reality. You can come up with some cool people, and then there are fucking assholes. And you wish you could eliminate them, but, you know, you can't. So you keep them around for entertainment purposes.
Yeah, well, I look at it this way. It's their house to begin with. You know, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. So, well, anyway, you got obviously you have the PAC team and so forth and so on, which is all pretty good for the past, you know, since I've known you for the past year.
Our world is upside down crazy. I mean, we just got done filming last Sunday.
Yeah.
So we had the film crew out here at the PACC home base.
Yeah.
and then we turn around and we'll be filming again. We leave for filming. We have a month off, and then we head right back out. So, you know, in a way there is, because I'm really missing my old life, man. You know? I mean, I just, you know, it's just constantly go, 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 and at this point, man, all I want to do is lay down and sleep.
Well, you got to do that. Just lay down and snuggle up in your bed and you know, go from there.
Yeah, well, I like that idea. The production company, not so much, you know. But, I mean, we have some really cool places coming up, I have to say. You know, we really do. We have some really great places coming up. I'm really lucky. I mean, I look at it like, you know, I really am just really lucky. So, enjoying life, and, you know, I still hate the human race, but, you know, we're okay with that, too. You know?
Yeah. It's all good. Now, in your house, when we were down there, even, I'm sure you even found more stuff, but I know when I was down there and I checked it out, and I spent, 2 nights there, I believe. We did find some documents of when it ran as a halfway house.
Absolutely.
Have you found anything else?
Oh, yeah. We just found, well, we went back up in the attic when we were here on Sunday filming, and we found the case documents of the crimes that they had committed. And there's like, I'd say maybe maybe about 80 to 125 folders in there.
Yeah.
And it's everything from, I mean, kidnapping to murder to, I mean, there were some pretty brutal crimes. Found a lot more of the logbook. And then we also found, some a whole, like, old suitcase full of stuff that once belonged to the family, the original family, which was the Otis family. Yeah. Death photos, children's names, documents. I mean, you name it. It's everything we ever, wanted to really know on the Otis family that had lived here.
Yeah.
And it just blew me away, some of those. I mean, we actually found Mrs. Otis's diary. It's really interesting to actually read the past and, what this place, kind of stood the test of time.
Yeah, I know your building is fairly old, and you do have the cemetery like 2 feet from your front door.
Right next. Yeah, I wanted to. I actually petitioned the city to have the bodies moved and have a swimming pool put in, and they pretty much told me no.
Just keep it there. It looks good. It's all right. Have you ever done any research on the people that are buried right there?
Oh, absolutely. We know that Sarah and Mary, the 2 young children, the 2 young girls, one was 5, one was 8. They were they passed away from yellow fever here in the house, and they are buried out there. And then the mom, Mrs. Otis, is also buried out there.
Well, it's your house. It's your dead bodies now.
Yeah, but unfortunately the state won't take them back because they really love to have a swimming pool. I was stuck with the graveyard, so, I'm good.
Up yourself and throw them in the garbage. No, don't do that. That's fucked up. That's wrong.
So take them in. Yeah, I can see it now. Here, Morgan, want a bone? No. Look at the bone, Morgan. Eat the bone.
That's all good. What are you going to do?
So, we know that the children passed away. We know that the mom is buried there. As of that, there really isn't any other documents of any other people buried there.
I'm sure that the town's got to have them somewhere.
Oh, no, I think that's the only 3 that were ever buried there, actually.
Maybe.
We've searched the documents in the town, we've searched the family history, and it only comes up with 3, the mom and both the daughters. So I think that actually they had moved out, leaving the cemetery behind, of course.
Yeah.
So, which in the old days happened.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Back then they took pride in where their dead bodies were resting. So, once it was, put in stone, this is where it is, that's it, Comes with the land.
Yeah, they didn't move them. So.
But again, that's something that's got to have, an impact on what kind of activity is going on in your house.
Oh yeah, well, we've always heard the children. I mean, that's just something that I've gotten used to.
Yeah.
And I keep telling everybody, all the women that come here, I tell them straight up before they even walk into this house, look, whatever's in the house hates men but loves women, and I don't mean as in likes women. I mean he literally loves women. He is such a pervert.
Fucking
and I tell everybody that, and I think everybody just thinks I'm joking, like he likes women as in, oh, he's okay with women but hates the men. No, he really does love the women.
He wants to leave some ectoplasm in your mouth.
Absolutely, he is. He's a trip.
He's funny though. I ain't gonna lie. Good times, man. Good times.
And I love the fact you would love the kitchen now, though, Jay. We actually are redoing the kitchen now. We have the kitchen is nice. I mean, the kitchen's one of my favorite rooms at this point. We actually have one of those coffee makers where you just stick the cup in. You know what I mean?
I've got one of them too.
Keurig. Huh?
Yeah, I just bought one a few weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago or so, and I ain't gonna lie, I love the fucking Keurig.
I adore the Keurig, absolutely. But we have that. The grand living room is set now. Room 3 looks like a bed and breakfast, but yet I still can't get anyone to stay in.
I don't know. I got no problem staying in there.
I won't even have. I mean, I literally. Well, my friends won't come visit me. How bad is that?
Well, I come if you're 4 hours closer.
I mean, it's crazy. When I bought the place, I knew there was something up with it when I bought it. And anybody out there who's always saying, I wish I lived in a haunted house, think twice, man. I'm serious. There'll be days when we don't get any sleep. The house really doesn't belong to us. That's what I always tell everybody. It belongs to the spirits that are here. We're just their guests. And it's crazy. I mean, it gets to the point where, it's taken out several of our dogs. We've had some really bad things happen here.
Yeah. Well, it housed some psychological issue people.
Yeah, they were not psychological. They were like riding the short bus, licking the windows. You know what I mean? They were like,
rolling stuff in little balls and trying to flick them in each other's mouths. Kind of crazy.
I mean, yeah, they were batshit crazy. These people were not just your everyday crazy.
Yeah. Now, have you ever looked up any of those records to see if they stayed in the actual sanatorium that was the psych center that was on the road from your house?
The one we visited, yes, they did. There was about 23 patients that were here that were convicted of the murders, but they were deemed insane, criminally insane. And at that point, they moved out of this place and went to the hospital that you and I were at.
Yeah.
And that's where they ended up being until they were moved to the other facility when that one was shut down.
Yeah. And a lot of people, I've had a lot of people already message me and ask me, well, what's the difference between a halfway house and an actual psych center? Well, there's pretty much a big difference.
Well,
they're both mental patients. Don't get me wrong, but what happens is a couple things can happen. One is that they're transporting a patient from one hospital to another, and they don't have room for them. And one, they'll have them stay at the halfway house, or if they stay at the psych center long enough, and the doctor says, okay, I think we're okay to put you out there in the free world. Before they actually do that, they send them to a halfway house to get used to, living back in civilization.
Absolutely. Well, not only, but trial, some of the documents, if they're on trial for murder and they have not been convicted of that murder, and they are in question of being sane, of sound mind, They can't go to an asylum because they are not deemed criminally insane yet, and they can't go to prison because they're not convicted yet. So what happens is a lot of times they will put them in what's called a lockdown halfway house, a lockdown facility, where it's minimal people, or if they were extremely violent, they would put them with less people. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much what this place was. Or like you said, if they were medicated and the doctor's like, okay, well, we're going to try to incorporate you back into society, but we can't just turn you loose, so we're going to put you in a lockdown facility. That's what this place was.
Yeah, it's more or less like a medium, secure psych center. I mean, you have certain freedoms. You can go out and go for a walk close by, obviously with supervision. You can roam around the facility how you choose. Of course, they leave certain rooms that are going to be locked up because, let's just face it, the last thing you want to do is turn someone loose in the area where they keep their medicine.
Yeah.
But,
not that they filled the prescriptions to begin with. I mean, how many documents did we find that actually we found unfilled lithium prescriptions up there, I think, when you guys were here, because you guys were the only team that I've ever allowed actually in this place to investigate. And, I mean, I have been contacted by TV shows. I've been contacted by teens. And, I just don't feel comfortable letting just anybody come in and investigate. A, because the one that is here, I mean, my son's been held down. We've been attacked. As you've seen, Jay, the one guy that's here is a serious pervert. I mean, and he's not nice, So, I mean, I'm just kind of leery of putting anybody who really hasn't been in the field for a while into this place, because it's not one of those places where, you're going to just go and you might get your hair tugged, or, I mean, this thing has literally slammed doors, hissed, growled at us, held Ray down. I mean, whatever's here can be very nasty at times, and I just do not feel comfortable putting an unseasoned investigator in here.
Yeah. I mean, your building isn't exactly for the beginner.
No. No, it's not.
Shit. When I was there, I mean, I had a blast. Once I found out that common ground to get the activity, I mean, whoever was there was having fun with us. I can't lie, but
he was a trip. I mean, he was, and he's one of our happier spirits. We do have the children. We have the happier. Well, he's a happy pervert. I mean, he just wants to sit back with the guys and be a perv.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Cool and get his dick wet.
Exactly. And then you have the one that'll argue with every other spirit here. You'll have the one that, just despises men. So we have several of them here. The children have got to be my favorite. And the reason why is, they don't really, I mean, you can hear them running the halls. They'll break things once in a while. But they're children. You know what I mean? So they don't really bother me. The pervert freaks the women out that come here. But he doesn't really, he's not the nasty one either. The nasty one is the one that, just isn't, I mean, he makes it loud and clear this is his place.
Yeah, he didn't bother me at all. I think he fucked with Joe the entire night, though.
Joe would not even sleep in that room with the light off without the pit bull. To this day, I laugh about that.
That's funny.
I created the room really, really nice for him, so next time he can stay in there the whole night. And, unfortunately, the asylum killed off the pit bull. The vet cannot figure out why the dog had died. Came home one day, and it was just dead.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. Next time I'm switching rooms with Joe.
That thing, whatever it was, it tortured him. But you know what I was thinking, too, is Joe has that long, pretty hair. And maybe it's thought Joe was a female.
Maybe. Maybe he wanted to split his butt cheek.
Joe has prettier hair than most women that I know. So, But yeah, I miss you guys. You guys got to come back down. I think my business partner and my booking agent is actually opening up. We're opening the asylum one time only. Because you know, Jay, you know how I am with my baby here. I really don't like putting people through her. But I'm hoping that people will have fun, and I'm hoping that the mean one actually plays nice. So. Hello? Jay.
I think Jason's having a little technical difficulty. I'm sorry, this is Dennis. Let's take a quick little commercial, and then we'll bring Jason right back in.
Yeah, not a problem.
Do you like the paranormal? Do you like history? Experience the best in parahistory at Parahistory Con 2 at Fort William Henry in Lake George, New York. Come out and meet your favorite celebrities such as Amy Allen and Steve DeShavi from The Dead Files, Ben Hansen from Paranormal Files, Fact or Faked, Joe Chin from Ghost Hunters International, the cast of Oddities, Jay Wasley from Ghost Adventures, Dave Schrader and Tim Dennis from Darkness Radio, Brian Kano from Haunted Collector, Walkers from The Walking Dead, and many more.
Radio show from here, we always get EVPs, no matter what radio station we do.
That was weird, though. I don't know how, but I got disconnected.
Yeah, it happens all the time from here, Jason, all the time. So when you go over this podcast, do me a favor and listen for EVPs.
I'll definitely check it out. There might be one or two in there. Who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? But I do know I am hoping to get back down there sometime.
Every time we do a show, brother, it happens. Every time. We either get disconnected, we'll get technical difficulties. I mean, it's really, the activity in this place is really amped right now.
Yeah.
Just due to the work that we're doing on it.
Yeah, so we definitely got to get Joe back down there. He claims he's going to stay in the car next time.
He's going to stay in what?
He's going to stay in the car.
Why is he going to stay in the car?
Oh, man, it's all good, though. It's all good.
Just like staying in that place again.
I had no problems in there. I stayed in what you considered would have been the worst room when I was down there.
Well, that's
he's not going to sleep in 3 ever again. That's okay, because I'll switch rooms with Joe. And the reason why I took the worst room is because I wanted the full-blown force of what that building had to offer. And I was in room 4. And he said, hey, that room's like the worst one. No one will go in that room.
Absolutely.
Air mattress, I hooked it up, and I stayed there, and not a fucking thing happened to me. I don't think all the negative ghosts like me too much, and they stay away. I think I freak them out.
That very well could be. I mean, this place is a little more. I was teasing Dawn the other day, and I told her, I swear to God, I'm selling the asylum.
I was called a Yankee ass, though, in room 4. I think that was the first. I got an EVP of that.
Of what?
Whatever was in there called me a Yankee ass.
Oh yeah, I mean it's not politically correct by any means. I mean I've had it call me a fucking, what was it? I'll have to send you the EVP. I had it call me a gypsy cunt. You're like, really?
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that. But in the same token, what exactly is how exactly can you be politically correct in the paranormal?
I don't think you can. I do not think you can. But I really think, the place has undergone quite a bit. You guys were here the week after we bought it.
Yeah.
So you guys, I mean, really, it's such a huge difference now. I mean, we've been working on it nonstop. And now with the show, of course, we're turning around, and, you know, we're not working on it as much as we would like to right now because of how busy we are.
Yeah.
But, you know, it just never ceases to amaze me. I mean, we have, if anybody wants to know about the asylum, we have the history and stuff on Facebook. It's just type in The Asylum. Hey, and I heard you have a book out, brother. Congratulations. When am I getting a copy?
As soon as I can get you one. I'm working it one thing at a time. It was just released, I don't know, last month, I think. It is available on Amazon. It's a wonderful little piece of literature, I guess you can say. It's got paranormal events in there. It's a romance. It's got psychological issues and all kinds of stuff, and it's got nothing but great reviews. So I'm happy about that. I really, really am.
You
But
know,
I'll definitely get you a copy.
I would love to have a copy of it. Seriously, I would love to have a copy of it. I'm so proud of you. I mean, I just think that rocks. And I know that both of us are doing an event at St. Albans.
Yeah, I'll be down there May 3rd. I think you're going to be there, August, right?
August 9th. Yeah, we're going to be there August 9th. It's been a crazy, I mean, I wanted to go to Pinhurst and, you know, of course, the asylum. I mean, I had my truck hit by a drunk driver. It's just not that good luck here. I mean, you know, I'm ready to, we've called the priest in once, I'm ready to call him back. You know?
I just got to get down there and work my magic. I'll get them fucking enemies to stop. Man, you're pissing people off.
It's been one. Well, you know, we get teams calling all the time, and they're like, is it okay to provoke? No, dumbass. You know, because you're leaving. I live here. You know? No, it's not okay. You know? I mean, it just amazes me how... Oh, Jay, you did not want to get me started, brother. How are you? That was so snap gypsy. I'm telling you right now. I mean, I don't know if you've seen my wall the other day, but I just, you know, sometimes in this field, I mean, I seriously wonder if, like, people were dropped on their heads as an infant. I mean, I don't know if the backhand to the back of the head knocked something loose. I don't know.
Who knows?
You know, that's like this whole, somebody sent me a picture the other day of fairies. Fairies, Jason.
Didn't we investigate a fairy's house down there?
Yeah, yes we did. Uncle Dave, absolutely. You know, and when I told him that, you know, Tinkerbell's a damn Disney character, they got mad at me. If I said, you know, capture Tinkerbell in a fucking jar and bring her to me, and I will believe. Okay? I mean, I just don't understand some people's thoughts over here. And yet, you know me, Jay, there's been times when people have literally, back in the day, asked you to contact me because they were afraid to. You know?
And that's all right. I mean, people, they message me all the time and say, hey, is it all right if I, chat with London? I'll say, oh, I don't know, I'll say, you know.
I don't know. It depends on the mood she's in today.
That's what happens, that's all. If she yells at you, she yells at you. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, let's just play nice with the living. Trust me. I mean, how many times, literally, Jay, has somebody contacted you and said, you know, do you think London would talk to me? And how many times have you had to tell him I doubt it?
I say that all the time. I say I highly doubt it. London don't like people. London does not like people. Very few people have managed to weasel their way into, her circle of friends. And, okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, the living scares the shit out of me half the time, too.
Oh, I love the dead. I personally think the living is a waste of my fucking oxygen. You know? So that's just... I mean... with me it's like this. I either like you or I hate you. There's really no in between for me. And a lot of people are like, well, I don't understand. I have very few people that I let into my inner circle, and they understand me just fine. So I'm okay with that. I mean, I love you. I love Joe. I love Dawn. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I liked any other people, but
Hey,
there's 3. I'm doing good. I know 3 that I like.
you're moving up there. Pretty soon you might have 5 people that you enjoy hanging out with.
Yeah, I doubt it. No, I mean, but yeah, so you've got to come up. I would love to have you up here. I know that Dawn is actually coming up the night before our event at St. Albans, and I actually am going to put her and her friend in room 3. So she might end up in my bed, but she'll be like, I'm sleeping in here.
Sure Mike's going to enjoy that.
Like, that's good. I'm going to be sleeping in here. We're going to camp out. I'll bring a pillow. But yeah, we got to put you in room 3. Either that, or we got to stick you in the library. The library is completely redone too, but that's the door that'll slam on you, and then that whatever it is pisses at you. So, you know.
It's all good. It's all good.
Tell me. I mean, I know that your event is the 3rd.
Yeah, May 3rd.
May 3rd. And you have your book out, and Ghost Chat Radio is doing phenomenal.
Somewhat. Somewhat.
Yeah, radio's always been a great show. Come on now.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't like to toot my own horn, but it does all right.
Oh, whatever. Yeah, it's only the highest ranking show. Hey, it does all right. What are you talking about?
It's okay. It's okay. I do know, and I can tell you something about the show. When I first started doing Ghost Chat Radio, obviously I just did it as a hobby. You know, let's just do something fun. And Mark, you remember Mark? He asked me to do it. I said, okay. Like 6 months after I was doing it, like all these big names, you know, I'm not going to mention any, but big names in paranormal radio started following me around like a little puppy dog. It was funny as hell. I'm like, why, man? Why? But when down to it.
Remember when we would co-host shows, and we had, what was that girl who was like, I'm a demonologist, and remember?
I've had a lot of people claim to be demonologists. They're all fucking crazy.
What was her name? And remember, I like ripped on her so hard over the radio, she cried. What the hell was that bitch's name?
I don't know.
But that, I have to admit, that was fun. That was fun.
I've had a lot of demonologists on the show and hearing their perspective, and some of them are pretty cool. I can admire some of their work. However, I mean, I'm not big on demons. Whether or not they exist, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. However, I haven't seen one. I haven't seen any evidence to suggest anything, no matter what people claim, you know, they've been possessed and all this stupid fucking shit, which is perfectly fine. Maybe you were possessed, but can you guarantee that it was from a demon? That's the question.
Exactly. People in this. Well, do you remember, Jason, when a while back everything was a shadow person, and then it moved to a full body, then it moved to a poltergeist, then it moved to a demonic, and it just kind of goes in this vicious circle. And now those people in Texas say they have a chupacabra. Okay, that is a raccoon with mange, and those people are stupid.
Well, they've had a scientist, they captured one, and they did blood samples and found out it was some kind of hybrid between 2 other animals, but it's not a cryptozoology phenomena anymore. It's documented. It has a name now. I don't know what the hell the name the fucking scientist used for it. Couldn't tell you. But it's no longer something worth checking into. They're out there. There's evidence of it. Scientists have said, yes, they do exist. They fucking exist.
Well, you know what's amazing to me is this thing is like, growling and hissing at them, and they're like feeding it cat food. It's like, okay, people, you do know when you open that cage, it's going to maul you.
Yeah. Well, look at that pretty little thing. Ah, you motherfucker! What the hell?
It's like one of those comedy shows that John Candy where it winches onto his face and won't let go, It's like, that's what you get, that's karma. So, I mean, it's like, wow, really? Are you serious now? Yeah, see, but I tend to agree with you, Jay. I mean, think about it. How do you know that whatever... I mean, we know that these things can be very powerful. We know their energy, but how can you tell the energy between a human and an energy between a demon? You just can't. We know it's energy. Other than that, we really don't know much more about it. And if you think about it this way, if you are a total asshole in life, 90% of the time, you're going to be a pissed-off asshole in death because now you're dead and still an asshole. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean you're a demon, just means that you're a pissed-off, dead asshole.
Well, one of the difference, and this happens a lot, between a researcher, even researchers that aren't researchers believe they're researchers, and a ghost hunter, and a lot of the researchers are the same as fucking ghost hunters. They just don't like to admit it. They prefer to have that fancy term, but they don't test nothing. They don't utilize it. They just want to go out there and find the evidence, and that's it. That's all they want to do. Nobody's actually taken a millimeter or digital EMF to measure, how much of a difference between, the spike is from one type of entity to another, and so forth and so on. No one's ever even tried to do that. No one's gone into, an abandoned asylum or whatever the case may be, and found those fluctuations. All right, the entities that are down in the first floor, and it was giving me a 2.0, but the entities on the third floor, for some odd reason, is giving me a 6.0.
Exactly.
No one's ever differentiated those types of that type of research, and it's kind of sad, about my honest opinion, that no one's even thought of doing that. And I've been waiting to see,
What is that stigma of being a ghost hunter? Well, you know what? I mean, it amazes me every day because I used to tell you this all the time. Think about it. You're going to get these people that watch an episode of Ghost Hunters or Ghost Adventures or whatever the case may be, and they're going to run out to freaking Wally World. They're going to buy a digital recorder and run into the first abandoned building they find. It's not like there's a school that teaches paranormal investigation anyways. I mean, there is, but come on, people. If you have to go online to get a certificate to be a paranormal investigation, I'll tell you what. Go ahead and send me the $300. I'll go have it printed for you with your name on it, and I will send the certificate to you. Yeah.
Just send me the money.
Yeah, just send me the money. I'll write it on paper or whatever. It just amazes me that everybody in this field, everybody's saying, oh, that opinion's wrong, or that opinion's wrong, or that opinion. How the hell do we know what opinion's wrong or right? Because push comes to shove, we don't even know the levels of energy we're truly dealing with out there for fact anyways.
Yeah. The funny thing is, some of these researchers, some of them, they're on the right path of becoming researchers, but they're fucking it up horribly. They'll watch TV, they'll look up information online that's available to them, and that's how they base their opinions on. They'll sit down and say, this is the way it is, because this is the way, this guy back in the early 1800s did it, and this is the way that now GAC crew is doing it, and so forth and so on. However, if you read all of that stuff carefully, it'll all tell you the same thing. This is all based on opinion. Everything is based on, there's not enough evidence to suggest either fucking theory that's out there. Not enough, and nobody goes ahead and tries to, get the evidence. They just document whatever the hell is happening. No one runs experiments. No one does anything, interesting or cool or whatever the case may be. They don't try to test, for how strong an energy is from one place to another, or even test the idea of even possession, going as far as that. They just go in there with their K2 meters. They say, oh, look, the lights are going up. Cool, we got to get it on camera. And that's as far as it fucking goes. It's like, holy shit, you fucking dumb people. Stop. You're not doing anything.
I know. You're like, hello, moron.
And then they try to go in there with professional attitude. Pisses me the fuck off. The high end. You can't. Listen, the difference between a bad investigator and a good investigator is the bad one's going to be professional. Flat out. 100% professional. Now, why do I say that? Well, quite simple. These things were humans at one time. Let's just say that theory is correct. They were human at one time, And I don't know about anyone else, but if some professional dude was giving me a lecture, I tend to fall asleep a lot. It's boring as shit. So,
yeah.
You know, how are you going to go in the building and try to be professional? They're obviously not going to like you. They're just going to look at you and say, oh, man, what a dumbass. I'm just going to go back in my hole.
I mean, it just drives me crazy. You know, and another thing, I just love the fact that these people that are like, hey, we're going to go ahead and, you know, charge you money to take a class. Why? Why do I need a paranormal class?
How can you have a paranormal class?
There are no experts in this damn field.
I remember when I lived down South Carolina, I called one team. I was like, all right, I'm freshly down here. I don't know anybody. I want to join a team and start working back out in the paranormal field. So I called this one team. They wanted me to, they literally asked me to join one of their seminars and listen to them on proper techniques. And I just back and I said, nah, that ain't for me at all. I got more fucking experience in this field than probably you do. You know what I mean? No,
oh my God. Yeah, I'd have been like, you know what, you're an idiot. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
I mean, it's like, wow, seriously, people?
Yeah.
You know, it just blows me away. It really does. It blows me away. I mean, I'm just, to this day, I'm just like, wow, you guys are stupid. But, you know, I mean, I love my favorite ones is, like, become a demonologist, $3.99 now, 2-week course. It's like, really?
Oh, yeah. You're going to become a demonologist, which I'm sorry to say, and this is just my opinion. If you're classifying yourself as a basic demonologist, I highly doubt you've accomplished anything, and I'll tell you why. First, you have to learn, in my honest opinion, if there was one, you would have to learn all aspects of religion, of every religion out there. That would be the first thing. That could take alone 5 to 10 years just to learn, you know, every single religious belief structure. Because let's just face it, if you're a demonologist, it's not going to be just stuck to a Catholic belief or a Christian belief or a Buddhist belief or whatever the case may be. It could be centered around a belief that you never even knew fucking existed. You know, some Ikebukake tribe down in Africa. Who the hell knows? So you got to learn that. Next thing you would have to learn, as well as the different belief structures in certain cults. I mean, bottom line, because let's just face it, they summon demons themselves. Why not? So you would have to learn all that, and then you would have to learn exactly what their structure is on what these things are, and then you might be able to learn how to fight them. So I mean, you're looking at a course that could take you, 20 years before you can obtain all that information. That's just way too much. Now you can have a minister come in who is apparently got permission from the church to do exorcisms and so forth and so on. But as far as being a demonologist, it's just way too much to learn in one shot. I'm sorry.
Well, exactly. It never amazes me, Jay, how many people will fall for this scam every damn time. It's like, dude, if we could turn around and, tell them, hey, okay, look, we're going to teach you how to, capture a ghost in a jar. It's only going to cost you $299, but it works.
There was a guy a couple of years ago, about 4 years ago or something like that. I can't remember who the hell it was, but he actually he came up with a Ghost Be Gone spray.
Are you serious?
I swear to God, it was like 3 or 4 years ago, something like that. And he can come in and cleanse your house with this spray, or you can purchase it online for yourself. I swear to God. I can't remember who it was.
Wow. Alrighty then.
Talking serious, funny shit.
It never amazes me. It truly does not amaze me that, people are absolutely that asinine. You know, if you were, man, I'm telling you what, Jay, you know, you and I could make a fucking fortune being in the field as long as we have if we were just real scumbags. You know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Nowadays, it's not even, you know, how good you are in the field. It's whose dick you suck in the field that gets you anywhere, and it's all a popularity contest anymore. And that's another sad thing. Take example, and I hate mentioning this, but all these stupid fucking paranormal awards that are going on. It's not an honor to win these things. It really isn't. You have to nominate yourself, so you're not even known well enough to even get nominated. So you nominate yourself, and then you get a list of 3 or 4 people, and from there, it's a who knows you more. That's it. Whose dick you suck and who knows you more. That's what it is.
Yeah, you know, and it amazes me. Now, don't get me wrong. You know, I am definitely not gonna slam paranormal TV shows because that happens to be how I make a living. But you know, you know, I will tell you this much, guys. Look, you know, it is entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, am I better? Is PACC better than any team out there? Hell no. You know, there's nobody better than any team out there. Did we get lucky? Hell yeah. You know, it's not about, you know, in this field, it's not about who's better than who. It's about, you know, getting your head in the game, you know. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people, and I've been seeing this on Facebook a lot, Jay. People are like, oh, well, you know, I haven't been picked up for a show in 5 years, so I'm going to drop out of the paranormal. Well, good. You know, please do, because then you make it less harder on me, and I don't have to deal with you.
Yeah.
You know, so I just wish people would understand, you've got to be in this to love it. I mean, it's not a field that you just get into. You know, to me, this isn't a hobby. I've been doing this 17 years. This isn't a hobby for me. It's my life. Am I lucky that, you know, we were able to go to all these great places and do that? Absolutely. Am I lucky that I have met some good people in the field? Absolutely. Are there complete morons out there? Absolutely.
There's a lot. Like I said, it's become more of a popularity contest than anything else, and that's the sad thing. It's showing the commercial side of, you know, the research.
Absolutely. You are 100% right. And you know me, I mean, you know, I prefer you don't like me, because if you don't like me, I don't have to deal with your dumb ass. That's the way I look at it. Jay, how many times have I said that?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and stroke anybody's ego. You know, it's not happening. You know, when we do events just like your event, you're doing your events for one reason, Jay, and you know, that's to give people the opportunity to come into some of these haunted places, some of America's most haunted places out there that normally they couldn't get in.
Yeah.
You know?
And I do it as cheap as I can for everybody. That's why my tickets are $65 fucking dollars. I'm sure you can agree with me. There's not, you know, when I do St. Albans, there's not a fucking event out there that'll let you in a sanatorium for $65 a person for the night.
No. And you know, that's just like Dawn and I. We just did an event at Penhurst Asylum. And you know what? Some of that money straight up came out of Dawn's pocket. Why? Because it was for charity. You know, we don't go to these events to make money, because if you think you're going to hold an event and make a lot of money, yeah, you're not.
No.
You know, because you have, it's crazy. The reason we do it, people like your events and people like Dawn and my events, is because, you know, we put it this way, Jay, we've gotten lucky. I mean, we've been in this field long enough. We've made the contact to where we can get into some of the most haunted places that most normal people in the paranormal field couldn't get into. And, you know, it's us extending the olive branch, so to speak.
Yeah.
You know, but if people think, I mean, people look at us like, oh, well, they're making a ton of money. No, we're really not. Because I think the last event we did, Dawn lost, I think it was almost $3,000, you know? So, you know, and it just kills me that all these people are like, oh, well, I can do that. Well, you know what, I'd like to see you try, because it's a lot of work.
It is. It's a dedication, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I put in, every day, 6-7 hours a day sitting at the computer on top of a full-time job. Well, now I'm not working full-time because of a knee injury, but typically that's the way it is. I mean, it's a lot of work, you know, hosting a radio show, writing books, you know, trying to put on these events so that people can have a good time and get the research done that, you know, that they deserve to have.
Absolutely. I mean, we're lucky because, I mean, we've got some people out there, you know, even with Dawn working as hard as she does, I mean, I can't work on it. I can here and there, and just because filming keeps me so busy. You know what I mean? Between the asylum and filming, I don't have time to breathe. So, you know, Dawn works nonstop on this, plus raises 2 boys on her own. Plus, she has people, you know, helping out us, and it's still not an easy task. You know, it kills me that the people in the field think it's so easy.
It's not. I'll be the first to tell you. It's not easy, and it costs a lot of money, and it's a lot out of pocket.
Oh, yes, it is.
And if you're lucky, you may break even. And
if you're lucky, yeah. If you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
I mean, it's insane.
So, you know, it's pretty much doing it for the community itself. That's basically all it is. It's doing it for all the listeners, all my, you know, faithful companions that are out there, and people who love the paranormal. You know, it's for them. People ask me all the time, you know, why is the ticket so high? Well, they're not high. I keep my tickets as cheap as I possibly can, first, and secondly, it's because it does cost money to get these events going and get them on the roll and so forth and so on. I can't, you know, spend $6,000 on an event and, you know, at least not get $3,000 back. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I mean, that's exactly what it is. I mean, people do not understand what it takes to, you know, truly step into this field. I mean, I know we have a lot of so-called weekend ghost hunters, as I like to call them. You know, people that are going to grab the KT, the freaking mail meter and run into an abandoned building. Well, that's all fine. You know, if that's what you want to do, hey, more power to you, you know, whatever. But when you step truly into the paranormal field, you know, first off, you know, in this field, you cannot be a weak little girl. First off, if you're going to be in this field, whether you're a man or a woman, you know what? You can't be weak at all, because this field will chew you up and spit you out.
And it's not about physical weak. You have to be psychologically strong.
Absolutely. I mean, people are going to hate on you. You know what? This is the way I look at it. The more people that hate me, the better off I am. Then I don't have them asking me for favors, you know?
Good. That's one less asshole I have to deal with.
That's right. That's somebody else's freaking problem. Yeah. You know, I mean, I love, like, you know, I have a lot of people that, you know, I talk to once in a blue moon, but Jay, you know me, I'm very, when I get around people, I like my own little clique.
Yeah.
I'm not into, you know, I don't want you just walking up and touching me. I don't like it. You know what I mean? Hey, I don't know where your hands have been. You know? You know what I mean? And Peter, you're interrupting my personal bubble. No, but I mean, I love doing these events. I just absolutely love it. And I'm trying to figure out a way, if I'm off filming, to actually come up to your event. Trying to get there.
Yeah, it's all good. It is what it is.
You know what, though? I'm really excited about that. I know that, you know, I know that your events are always really good, and I know that a lot of people will enjoy them.
Oh, yeah. I try to do little events. I try to get, you know, as many people together and coincide with one another, which I ain't going to lie is a pain in the ass. But I try to do it, and I try to give everybody the opportunity to get the most out of the night that they can. It's like I said, it's all about the research. Everyone, it's a labor of love.
Definitely. If you don't, trust me, if you're not willing to work, don't put on an event. You will be beating your head against walls by the time it's done. You know, I have seen my business partner Dawn stress out more times. I mean, all everybody does. She is a kick in the ass. Don't get me wrong. She is like a sister to me. I just love Dawn. You know, she seems to be the buffer between Migo and Gypsy and other people. Like, I won't even make a call to somebody. I will have her make a third-party call, because if I start flipping out on somebody going Gypsy, she can hang up, because you know I ain't going to, you know. So, you know, I mean, I love her to death. She's a great person. She does some amazing events. You know, I'm lucky. You know, I'm lucky to have good friends like you and Joe, and, you know. So, and I'm really excited. I'm really hoping I can make one of your events.
Yeah, it'll happen. I mean, I'll wind up down in Virginia a couple of different times this year. So.
Yeah, we just got to see if filming schedule matches up with your schedule.
Hey, it happens, you know. You just got to go for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember they used to call when me and you used to do radio shows, they used to call it shock radio.
It's still a shock radio.
The Howard Sterns of the paranormal field.
I remember the first time I was actually compared to Howard Stern, and I think it was like 3 months after I started radio. And it was going back, news to say, 2.5 years ago now. I mean, I've been on the radio that fucking long. Holy shit.
Jesus.
The first time I got compared, and I was like, the difference between me and Howard Stern is he does it to make a living. I do it because, you know, I'm me, you know what I mean? and it's okay. I mean, it's okay. I say fuck a lot. I say eat my ass and all the cool things. And, you know, there's a good chance that I may offend somebody, and that's perfect. Most of the times it's the...
There's a good chance? I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that's a given. You know? Yeah. There's not maybe I'll offend somebody. There is a definitely I will offend somebody. You know?
Well, most of the time it's
there with you
people. The politically correct people tend to not like me at all, and that's okay. That's fine. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is. What do I care for?
Like I said, people that like me, the better off I am. So we're good with that. We are absolutely good with that. So I want to know where your next book signing is.
I have no idea at this moment. I have no idea. I might be back down in New Paltz. I might be. I might even be down in. Where the fuck am I thinking of? I don't know. They're thrown onto the table, and it's just a matter of selecting the best one. I do know that in September I'm going to be at a library in LaGrangeville. I'm going to be donating some books there, and even donating 10% of my sales that night to the library to get new books, so forth and so on. Which I do a lot when it comes to doing events at libraries, book signings, so forth and so on. But right now I have no idea. I mean, there's a few places on the table. It's just a matter of selecting the better location.
See, that's really cool. Now, I respect that. You know what I mean? Giving back is always a good thing, man. That's charity, especially in this field.
Yeah.
So, absolutely.
I try to do what I can, and I do donate a lot to different charities whenever I can. Even when I do these events, whatever overhead I make, I always wind up donating somewhere, some of it somewhere. But, hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, so you're a nice person. Yeah, no. I got to admire that, brother. So, the way you have got to make it down here, because we absolutely, I've been in the other asylum, the one we were at.
Yeah.
The one where the body was found. I've actually been in it twice, dude. It's pretty cool.
Is it?
Oh, gee, they still have full surgical rooms set up in that place.
Really?
I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's like time stood still in there.
Well, I do know probably in the next 3 to 4 years, I'm going to wind up, selling this place and moving down there somewhere. I just don't know where. We may even take in and take in one of those places. Because we do have a lot of awesome.
Well, we just thought. I mean, we have the asylum and we have the old hospital. So I think Joe's got claims on the old hospital, though. Pretty sure he's already taken it over from me. I just don't know it yet.
Hey, it's all good.
Hey, whatever makes Joe happy. If he wants to come down here and run these two batshit crazy places, more power to him.
Joe, he doesn't like staying in your place, though. He's scared.
Hell, there's days it scares me, Jay. I'm serious. I mean, I've had some messed up stuff happen here. After you guys had left, we literally called in a Calcutt freeze. My son Ray was physically attacked and held down. I mean, it's ever since we started doing any renovations to this place. I'm not, Jay, you know me. I don't run from nothing except for spiders and clowns. You know that. Yeah. I am like one of the toughest little gypsy tomboys you will ever meet in your life. I don't run. I always stand my ground. And I'll tell you what, Dave, there's been 2 or 3 times that I've actually contemplated boarding this place up and walking away.
Yeah.
And, just leaving it boarded up. And the reason why is we've had some things that in my 17 years I have not experienced. I mean, people are getting physically attacked. It's not one of those things where they're just, I can handle the door slamming, the hissing, the laughing, the growling. I can handle that. I can handle the children running across halls. I can handle, the walking, the heavy boot steps in the attic. I can handle that. When it comes to people getting attacked, I got to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah, I don't care about myself too much. I can wander around, and I'm sure and even Joe will know, I'll wander around any building without a problem, but if there's a chance that, one of my friends that are with me, one of my teammates, so forth and so on, is going to get hurt, then I have to draw the line and say, look, this isn't right. We have to get out of here, whatever the case may be.
Exactly.
As far as myself, I really don't give a fuck. I kind of hope that, I do get scratched real bad or shoved or pushed. I want to see it happening to myself, but I can't risk harming, putting my other investigators or my friends or whoever is with me at that time in any kind of risk. I can't do it.
Oh, absolutely, and that's where there's a couple times, like I said, Jay, I was ready, me and my husband both were ready to board up the windows and walk away. I mean, we would keep her. I would never sell her. You know what I mean? I joke about selling her, but I would never sell her because, A, I wouldn't want somebody moving in here that didn't know anything about the paranormal.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that. But, it's come to the point to where it's not just, the doors slamming, the hissing, the growling, the footsteps. It's actually gotten physical. And at that point in time, are you hearing that?
I hear something.
Was that on your end?
Wasn't on my end.
There is nobody else in the asylum, brother, but me.
You might have to go check that shit out.
Yeah, actually, do me a favor. When you get off the show, go ahead and check for EVPs.
Well, I don't know if I'll be able to check for EVPs at this minute, but definitely by tomorrow.
After the show, check for EVPs, because this place it picks up every time. I think that's another reason that I've never truly opened it up. I'll open it up to you and Jay. You and Joe, and the reason why is I know you guys can handle it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But as for putting, this is the first time, the only people who has ever investigated this place has been you. I've never opened the doors to anybody. This coming up time is the first time I am ever opening the doors to anybody, and I'm only having 10 people here. It's a small enough thing to where if I have to, I can buy them a hotel room. You know. I'll bet you 6 out of 10 of these people walk from this place. Bet you.
Yeah, it could happen. Like I said, I mean, when we were down there, we had pretty impressive stuff that happened to us. And I'm sure since you've been doing a lot more of the renovations, it's definitely had to play an impact on the type of activity that's going on.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's crazy. We'll get knockings on the closet doors from inside the closet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
Crazy closet monster.
Yeah, it's the closet monster. You know, it could be the pervert. I don't know. Maybe he's hiding in it. I don't know. You know.
It could be. They come out with
a change pervert, but you know, whatever. But it's just, you know. So I'll be honest with you. I'm excited to see the activity we get with new investigators in here. At the same time, you know, I'm real nervous about it. I definitely want everybody to sign a waiver saying if they get shoved down the stairs, it's not my fault.
Your problem. I was nice enough to let you in here. You get hurt, that's on you.
Yeah, it's all you, man. That's got nothing to do with me. But and actually, you know, we're actually with our St. Albans event. That is the only way you are getting into this place. I think we've already sold the first 5 spots here are gone. And I know that we've got... Hang on, Jay, sorry.
That's all good.
Okay. I know that we got 5 spots left, and I believe the only way that you can get those is if you buy one of the St. Albans tickets.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I really wish, man, I want to have you guys back down.
Sometime in the summer, I'd imagine I'm coming down there. I just don't know when. But like I said, I mean, my schedule gets busy, too. It's rather I have the money and no time or the time and no money. Well, one of the two always winds up happening.
Well, you let me know. I'll pay your gas to get down there. I mean, I can even be on the road filming, Jay. You know I'll give you a key to the place.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You know, I mean, you guys are welcome here at any time you want to be here. So, and now you definitely have to come because we gotta go to the hospital I just bought.
But we definitely got to check that out. I want to get there.
The one you wanted to buy, right? The one across the street from me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I picked it up for a Still Brother. I only paid $12,000.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to jump into that one when I get down there, if I get down there.
I mean, it's rough. I got to fix the floors in it first, but you know, I mean, I couldn't pass it up. You've seen the building; it's huge. It still has what is that thing called on the outside of the building where they used to burn the ashes? The crematorium thing. Crematorium. Remember, you stuck your hand in the ashes.
That was a little urn bucket.
I did not believe you literally stuck your hand in that urn bucket. I will never in my life forget you doing that.
That was crazy. I was like, what the fuck?
I was like, Jay, you know what that is, right? He's like, yep. I'm like, oh my God. You are crazy. Hey, Jay, you're crazier than me, because I wouldn't have done that.
And didn't get any attachments.
I was waiting for you to take a vial of it home.
I got like 7 of these following me around now. No, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. But it's all good.
That place, it's in a pretty amazing place. I haven't been able to really do shit with it. I mean, I've just been so busy.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm hoping to have that one up by Halloween.
Sweet. I'll be in there soon, probably investigating.
Huh?
I'll go in there soon, probably to investigate.
Well, you know, all you got to do is grab the key, brother. It's all yours. You know, you got open access to any building I have.
Sweet.
I only have someone right now, but hey.
Joe would like the hell out of that.
Huh?
I said Joe would like that idea. He's been wanting to go in there into that one across the street, too.
I know. Joe actually sent me pictures of what I should do to the inside of it. That's why I said Joe probably, I mean, I can already see it. You know, I'm going to have to will these places to you guys because ain't nobody else batshit crazy enough to take them. You know?
Hey, I'll take anything. Put me in the house. All good.
I'll will you the asylum and I'll will Joe the hospital.
Joe doesn't like the asylum.
You are the only nuts that would take these places.
Yeah, Joe didn't like the asylum that night at all. He's not gonna. He's gonna sleep in the car the next time.
Joe's like, I am not staying there again. I mean, isn't it? People don't understand. When I tell them my asylum is haunted, they really don't believe me, Jay. You've got to tell them. It's just not. I don't.
Almost fell over backwards.
Okay.
You still got your coffin out downstairs?
You know my baby? Yeah. Always. I always have my coffin.
Yeah, it wouldn't fit me. I was kind of depressed, but hey, you know, we still had some fun with it.
Yeah, no, and she's still sitting in the same place she was.
That was a viewing coffin, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a 1903 child's viewing coffin.
Yeah. Anybody know what that was? It's for the parents that were going to burn their kids. They would set up a viewing with the family, and the kid would sit in that coffin for about a day, and then they'll get taken out of the coffin and burned. That's what a viewing coffin is. So this particular coffin that she's had probably had a couple hundred dead kids in it.
Actually, it had 3. It had 2 boys and a girl. We have the documentation on it.
All right, it had 2 boys and a girl.
Mm-hmm. And we have their names. We have their funeral date. We have how much their funerals cost. It's all in the book. And, of course, you know, she's my baby, Jay. You know how I treat her. I mean, I am, like, real possessive of the coffin. My baby right there, you know. I mean, I would get rid of my husband before I ever got rid of my coffin, you know. Kind of like my husband, too, so that would suck. But, you know, and it's just, it's really cool. I mean, I love that coffin. I just got somebody who called me the other day wanting me to go pick up yet another coffin. I just don't have space.
Yeah.
I don't want another coffin. One's plenty.
You got to ship it to me. If you get an opportunity for a free coffin, hey, say, hey, Jay, I got a coffin.
Yeah, some son of a bitch. Because I have enough. I don't need any more crazy shit in my house.
Your house isn't that bad.
Oh, you cannot see the stuff we pulled out of the attic. Yes, it is.
I've been up in that attic. That attic is hot.
You know, it's like people call me and are like, hey, can you come get this, you know, this coffin or this cooling board, or, hey, you know, we found, like, these medicine bottles, you know, that were hidden in the ground. Can you come get them? Or, you know what I mean? Can you come get this surgical light from 1901? I'm like, yeah, no. You know?
Dude, I'll take all that shit. I designed the house with that crap.
Oh, dude, I don't have time. I have articles in my house. I don't have enough spirit. I'm ready to give some of them away, you know. I want somebody to come so one of these can follow them home, because I have seen it.
It's all good. It's all good. You're starting another book, aren't you?
Actually, I am. I am starting another book. Actually, it's more like a diary. It's not really a book. It's more like, I mean, it is a book, but it's a diary. It's the day-to-day events of the asylum, starting from all the documents. I have copies of all the documents that are going into it, from the time it was built in 1903 to the cemetery to, you know, when it was an asylum, the patient record. Everything about this place is going in there, along with, you know, the day-to-day accounts, the EVPs, the photos, everything that the asylum has, everyday accounts are going into it. It's more like a diary of the asylum itself.
Sweet. Sweet. Your life in the asylum.
Yes. And, you know, I just want to put it out there. That way people, you know, can know the history of the place.
Yeah.
And it's simply named the asylum. I mean...
That's all?
Yeah, but that, you know, I don't have much time to write right now. So we've gotten, I think I've only gotten like the first 3 chapters done.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I haven't gotten that much done on it.
How big is it going to be?
Well, there's about 175, criminally insane people that went through here. So...
Well, you can't have 175, but, you know.
In the years of an asylum and then the Otis family, it's going to be, probably going to be close to 400 to 500 pages.
Well, there you go. There you go. That's probably about the size of my next book, probably about 600.
It's that, and it's just more the history on the place and the day-to-day occurrences, the photos that are taken, the evidence that has been caught, things like that.
Yeah, I still got a lot of photos on my PC, too, from your house.
I have what is it? I have the whole session of where that thing was hitting on me.
Yeah. Joe's got that, too, on video.
Where it was trying to pick me up.
It wanted to bend over the fucking counter, and it really wanted to give it to you.
Yes, it did. It's like, you know, the world's gone batshit crazy when you get hit on by a spirit. You know, you're like, do you not know you're dead? You know?
It wanted to tear that ass off.
I'll tell you that much. But one of these days I'm going to have to post that, because I think out of all the paranormal stuff we've ever caught, that is the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, and we tried being calm and cool and collective. We tried going along with other topics such as politics and presidents and cigarettes and newspapers. And the second we talked about your Harry Bush, that was it. It went fucking haywire. It was like, yeah, buddy, we're doing it. It was crazy. Crazy.
Oh my God! I mean, that thing. I don't know who was the more. I don't know who was the bigger perv in the house. You were it. I think it was a pretty close running. I mean, all I wanted to do was sit with you and be a pervert. You know, talk sex. That's what I wanted to do, was hang with the guys and talk sex.
That's it. It wanted to sit down and have a beer and talk about getting laid somehow.
Exactly. I mean, I've never had a spirit in my life just want to be one of the guys and hang out and talk, you know. Like, give me a beer, let me talk about sex, you know. I'm like, wow, really? And then again, of course, you know, you guys threw me under the bus.
Well, you're the only female in the room. But it's all good.
Yeah, I have so got to put that up, though, because I swear, to this day, I will watch that and just laugh my ass off.
Yeah, it was funny. It was hysterical. And I did a live broadcast that night, too, so.
Oh, absolutely. And then you found my guitar.
Found the guitar. I had to play guitar.
Found my guitar, yeah.
And I'll pick it up.
Yep, found my guitar. But we had a lot of fun that night. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. That was a shitload of fun. You didn't have a coffee pot then, so it was kind of bad for the weekend, but
yeah.
And that was a great time.
Yeah, well, we actually have a coffee pot. We have hot water. We have electric. We have cable. We're okay now. I mean, but you guys were here the week after we moved in.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we're physically. You guys were the first and only people to ever investigate this place, ever.
Yeah, and I still got the audio. I still got Joe's got video, and I got a ton of pictures.
I know. I'll never forget that. You were like, oh my God! It was like real late, well, early morning, and you were like begging it to move the wheelchair.
Yeah. Come on, move it!
You were like, just move the fucking wheelchair. Wait, that was a great time. We have so got to do more investigations, dude.
Yeah.
So got to know.
And then we went
But
over to...
you Pilgrim, I'll have to have you come up.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we just always have such a fun time doing it. I love it. I miss days. I'm so busy now, I never get a chance to really get out and do anything, you know?
Yeah. I know the feeling. Now that the weather's warming up, I'm hoping that, I can get all my work done around the house so I can get out more. But, I'm hoping that I can bottom line, I get out there more and investigate. And I'm more anxious about going fishing. I want to go fishing right now.
See, I am the worst person in the world to take fishing because I feel bad for the fish and put them back, you know?
I do the same thing, too. I put them back. I don't eat fish, so...
I'm like, it can't breathe. It has asthma. Put it back in the water.
Look, it's drowning.
Oh, my God, put it back. You know? I mean, Halloween night. Jay, you would have died laughing. You know, people won't come up to my house to begin with.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. So I went out and bought the king-size candy bars. So I thought, well, I'll have some trick-or-treaters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude, I put the coffin on the front porch. You know, I did not get one person come up to my freaking door.
Well, you got a fucking coffin out on the porch.
That, I've had the police called on me. I mean, it's crazy. I had an officer come over, and I guess somebody obviously saw the coffin. And so they called the police and was like, she has coffins in her house and blah, blah, blah. So I had the police come over, knock on the door, and they're like, do you have coffins? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, we need to come in. And I'm like, why? You know what I mean? It's not against the law to have coffins. And they're, the officer's sitting there, and he's looking at me like, I'm the freaking Addams family to begin with.
Yeah.
And he turns around, and he goes, is there anybody in the coffin? I turn around to him and say, yeah, the last person who asked if there was anybody in the coffin. I mean, they made me open the coffins and show them I did not have any dead bodies. Like, come on, people.
People are stupid.
And, I mean, I have people that seriously will cross the street before they walk by my house. It's like, it's a house. Well, it's an asylum, but it's a house. You know what I mean?
People are crazy and superstitious. I don't know.
Very superstitious. I mean, you know what? You better worry about the one that's across the street more than you better worry about this one. You know?
Yeah.
We know what's here. We don't know what's in the old hospital yet. That's what I'm worried about.
That's the one that I want to get into. I want to check out the old hospital now, next time I get down there.
Dude, those floors are going to cost me at least $8,000 to redo.
Yeah.
At least $8,000 to redo.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll just have to watch where I step and figure it out from there.
Yeah, I hear you. That's wrong in that place. You're about to become part of it. I mean, it's seriously, the floor, is gone in one spot to where if you step down, you're hitting the basement floor, period.
Yeah.
You're hitting the old morgue. There is no in-between there. It's just floor missing morgue. That's it. But, I'm really hoping to have it up and going by October.
All you got to do is just, fix the floor, sturdy the floor up a little bit. You'll be all good.
Yeah, I have to do that, and then, of course, I have to, I want to make sure that nobody gets bit by anything, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you probably got some nice spiders down there.
Yeah, because people are going to want to go to the morgue part of it. And unfortunately, I have to pay to have the ashes removed.
Just leave them there.
I can't. The city won't let me.
That's fucked up. If the city won't let you, then tell them to remove it.
They won't. You have to have a funeral director remove it.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it's remains. I mean, they're not going to just let you, dump somebody's remains on the ground,
Put them in an urn.
Huh?
Put them in an urn and set them across the street in the cemetery.
Yeah, bury them with the others. we don't know who you are, but here, you can be buried here. So, like, burying a pet, is that legal? I mean, you know, it's like the thing that...
means they are anyway. Even if you had a professional come in, they can't figure it out.
Oh, no, they can't actually tell me I can't bury him in my cemetery. But as for, like, I'm not legally allowed to remove the ashes myself. I have to have a funeral home remove them.
Yeah, so you're going to have them buried in your cemetery.
Absolutely.
Right across the street. That'll work out lovely.
Yeah, then I've got more that are pissed off here. And I don't even know, I mean, we haven't been down to the morgue area, so I don't even know if there's more ashes down there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I could end up having to have 6 or 7 people buried, you know? I don't know yet.
Could be quite a few dead bodies there. Who knows?
Huh?
There could be quite a few dead bodies down there. Who knows?
I mean, I don't know if those ashes are from 1 body or 2 bodies or 10 bodies. I don't know.
It's probably all the leftovers.
Yeah,
that's probably what it is.
What do I name them? Like half George, half Fred? I don't know what to put on their markers.
Your lies, I don't fucking know.
No, I mean, it's like, what do I name them? You know, but yeah, so we're fighting the city on that as it is, because I figured that the Historical Society should have to move them.
Yeah.
It should not be my responsibility.
I agree.
But they're saying it is.
I think they should move them. I mean, if you can't have them there, legally have them there, then, and they're saying, look, you got to remove them, then, hey, that's on them. Personally, that's just my opinion.
I completely agree, but, you know, fighting this city is, I'm not going to win. I'm just not going to win.
Got to pick and choose your battles. But we're actually almost out of time now, London, and why don't you give out all your information?
Okay, I would love to. You can always go to the PACC Facebook page. That's Paranormal Cold Cases. This is the PACC headquarters right here at the Old Asylum. And then if you want to check out the Old Asylum, you can of course go on Facebook to the Asylum. You'll see the big white house looking thing. And of course, then we have St. Albans Sanitarium. We took off of filming just to make that event, and that is August 9th. Next 5 tickets sold on that. Those people will be staying here at the asylum overnight.
Yeah, that's quite a distance between Radford
you get your hair pulled, not my fault. I am not held responsible for what happens to you here.
Yeah.
So, and all you have to do is go on Haunting at St. Albans, and you'll have all the information right there.
There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. If anyone wants to contact me, you can always check me out on Facebook. Just look up Jason Stanton. I've got the Ghost Chat Radio fan page. I have a group page. I've got a Twitter account, a LinkedIn account. May 3rd is my event at St. Albans Sanatorium in Radford, New Jersey. Next 2 tickets sold will basically get the opportunity to stay at that sanatorium for free at the St. Albans Sanatorium. So, those tickets are $65. Message me if you need to know where to get those tickets. I believe Marcel put the web page to purchase tickets up on her website for St. Albans, so you can go to just St. Albans website and and purchase the tickets that way if you wanted to. So that's another way you can do it, or you can just message me and I'll give you the link to the Eventbrite thing to get the tickets, which is always cool. As always, continue to stay tuned listening to DTM Wicked Radio. Next up, after my show, we have Christina George. She's going to be doing her show, so Paranormal Connection. So definitely check her out. She's got a cool show. And go to Amazon and purchase Unrested Peace by me and learn a little bit about who I am and what got me into this whole field of research. And you'll definitely enjoy it. It's got great reviews so far, which I'm kind of shocked, but you'll like it, bottom line. And that's all the time we have for tonight. Tomorrow night, I do have the generic black T-shirt people coming on that paranormal team, and we're going to discuss that. And tomorrow night I will be giving away a free ticket to the St. Albans event on May 3rd. So stay tuned for that, and you just may win a ticket tomorrow night on the show. And that's really all I have.